of November, National Legal Service Day. This day commemorates the enactment of Indian Legal Services Authority Act of 1987.
Law is nothing else but the best reason of wise men applied for ages to the transactions and business of mankind.
And these wise men are none other than the lawyers.
Hello everyone, I Lupika.
And I Yashika welcome you all to the Battine Studios once again.
Today we are honored to have with us Mr. R.S. Kataria, a very renowned lawyer of the country.
Sir is a MA, BA, LLB. He is also a member of International Council of Jurists, London.
Sir is also a member of Supreme Court Bar Association and he has been practicing in the Supreme Court of India since 1984.
We heartily welcome you, sir.
So first of all, we wish to know, why did you choose advocacy as your profession?
It's a well settled proposition that man proposes and God disposes. In our life, it doesn't happen whatever a man thinks in his life.
Yeah.
Something is predestined, predetermined by the Almighty. I never thought to become a lawyer in my life because none of my relative or any other person from my family was to guide me or to ask me that I should join this profession. But from the very beginning, I has a command on English. That was my interest. I had been studying, instead of studying mathematics or engineering side, I was always having interest in English language. And I prefer to speak in English, express my views in English instead of Hindi. In my colleges also, I had been General Secretary of English Literary Association while I was a student of the MA English of my college. So from that idea, but earlier I thought that I must do MA English, and then I start my career as a teacher. But I didn't like to leave the college. I continued my studies. Okay, all right, till I get some opportunity to do any job, I must continue my studies. I appeared in HCS Executive Branch Examination in the year 1972 while I just passed BA Honors Examination, and I succeeded in that. And the second time again, and while I appeared in MA Examination, I again appeared in HCS Executive Branch, and I again succeeded in that. But due to the political system of the country and corruption prevailing in the country, it was not possible for me to surpass other candidates, and so many considerations are there for appointing persons on such a high political post. So then during that period, while I was trying for my competitive examination career, I continued to study as a student of LLB. I completed the LLB, that also with 62% marks. I started my career from first class, from 8th class. I concluded my career as a student by getting first class LLB by more than 60% marks. So by that idea, I completed my LLB, and then I started, because there was none to guide me that where should I start my practice. People told me that normally a lawyer can succeed in practice at his native place. So I had to come and start my practice as Rohtak. And with that idea, my known people will come to me, they will ask me, and then I will continue my practice and start and continue my practice at Rohtak, and that will be a better place for me. With that idea, I started my practice at Rohtak, and with that functioning on continuing my studies, I become a lawyer, because it seems that it was predetermined, predestined by the Almighty.
Yes.
And I had no option to choose any other profession. It was by luck that the Almighty guided me and made me a lawyer. But the people who are very well wisher of mine and very close to me, including so many IAS officers, and one time Chief Secretary of Uttarakhand, had to come to me regarding conducting some case. Then he told me that the severest kind of folly you have committed, that instead of starting your practice initially from the very beginning, the Supreme Court, you should have you should prefer to come to Rohtak. So instead of coming to Rohtak, you must have started at Delhi, and you would have been the top lawyer of the country, because as a senior IAS officer of the state, he had to deal with so many cases with the very senior counsel of the Supreme Court. But the language and the grasping power, you can understand the problem within a minute and tell the solution at once. But I never happened to see such an intelligent counsel who can grasp the question, moot question, and tell the solution in such a short span of time. But anyway, whatever was destined to happen, I started my career at Rohtak. But still, when I realized I must go, then in 1984, I also started to work in the Supreme Court. So, with the wishes of the Almighty, I had to join this profession, and with the wishes of the Almighty, I feel at least satisfied, because in my career as an advocate, I got the opportunity to appear in the court of lowest court, that is Naib Tehsildar, to the apex court, that is the Supreme Court of India. I am satisfied with my performance, and I am fully capable to do all things, all the legal matters relating to any sorts of problems, and I am fully satisfied with this profession.
Yeah, thus said that man should be satisfied with his life.
Yeah. I am satisfied by profession as my working as a lawyer, but only one thing is there, that a lawyer has to, if a lawyer want to become a successful lawyer, he will have to work around the clock.
Yeah. Your choice to become an advocate was not a family pressure. This was your own passion.
That is correct. That is right. With my own, I had a passion to continue my studies. I had a passion to join some higher post, administrative post. But I never tried to become a judge. In my life, I never applied for the post of a judge, because if I can put labor more than a judge, or just like a labor, I can make money many more times than the judge. His salary is limited, but I have no limits. We can charge anything, we can take anything. So there is more labor, less emoluments. Here is the labor, more you put your labor, you will get more and more name and fame, emoluments in terms of in terms of money as well as in name and fame.
So please tell us something about your family background.
I belong to a very normal, average family. My father was in army, then he resigned from then he again joined services as a civilian, and continued till his retirement. And unfortunately, my mother had gone when I was hardly 10 or 12 years old. There was none to guide us. My father is in service, and there was none to guide and look after us. I had three, my two sisters and one brother, three other children of my parents to look after. So I had to bear the responsibility of my youngers. All of my brother and sister were younger to me. With that responsibility, I had to come forward, and whatever I could do, I did for them. Both of my sisters were teachers, and my younger brother, I motivated him to join the profession of law, and he also became a lawyer, and he is also a successful lawyer.
So I wanted to ask, what do you like best about your job, and what you like least about your job?
If a person wants to work in his life hard, it is a very good profession. It should be the first choice of the person. And it's a matter of chance, or whatever you can say. In India, we can meet a lawyer. We can get the appointment to see a lawyer on the same day. But in Australia, Canada, USA, it takes at least 6 to 9 months to seek an appointment with the advocate. One of my friends came to me, and he sought some opinion from me regarding the problem of airline, take refund of the airline, and his son had gone to Australia. He told his son, I have discussed with the council and giving the appointment. He was surprised to see. Today itself, I asked you the problem, I told the problem, I asked you about the question. This and you have got the appointment and the solution has been told by the council to you. So in India, again I would like to say it is first of all engineering, medical, and then come to legal profession. But in those countries, it is at the top. If student getting 99% of marks, they will go for legal profession, then medical, then engineering. But it is placed at least third or fourth place.
Yes.
So my choice is, and my advice for any person to become a lawyer only on the condition that he should have intention to work very hard, and he must have ample time to work for that. So both sincerity, honesty, and hard work, these are the primary and principal things required for this profession. Otherwise, one should not join this profession, because again I must say, major portion of this community are not successful. Only a few people are there who are successful, who can say that they are successful. Otherwise, all other 80% people are lagging behind. So sincerity, honesty, hard working is key to succeed in this profession.
So what's your advice to win or to represent a case?
Pardon?
Means what's your opinion if anybody wants to win or to represent a case? What
are the basic strategies?
First thing, to succeed in this profession, when I entered this profession, according to my experience, I may tell you that we must look for the work, and we must work hard. Till today, I tell my juniors, okay, don't run after the money, run after the work. You should have filed to appear in the court, to address the court, to show your caliber. Otherwise, you will say, I will get rupees 1 lakh, and then and only after that I will enter the court. It is not possible. A young lawyer is not going to any huge amount from the very beginning. We will have to start from very few rupees. But we must snatch the opportunity. If you succeed in snatching the opportunity, then you become a successful lawyer. Otherwise, you can remain sitting in your chamber, nobody will come. Remain sitting and waiting for all the time. So don't go for money. Money is like that, I every time say, money is just like a shadow. If you run after your shadow, that will never come to you. But if you will go away from your shadow, that will follow you.
Yes.
So put labor, do your duties, acquire knowledge about all legal problems and solution of the same. Money will automatically follow you. After all, the day will come when every lawyer will become senior by dint of his knowledge, experience, and everything. But before doing so, before reaching that point, he will have to put in very, very much labor with sincerity.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Sir, can you elaborate on a situation where you were unsuccessful in life and how did you deal with it?
Fortunately or fortunately, I never had happened to meet such a situation or adverse situation in my life which I can say memorable. Otherwise, normal things are there, because there are two lawyers. The case is to go in favor of one person.
Yes, sir.
But if a lawyer, according to my experience, I can say, if a lawyer puts labor sincerely, hardly, he can change the scenario. He can put life in a dead case, and a dead case can become very good case by the dint of the hard labor of the advocate. But I must say, an advocate with less knowledge can spoil a good case also, because there are so many technicalities. Otherwise, we say law is nothing more than common sense. But it is not so common as we call it. It's a very technical and unique subject. So many technicalities are there. But I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, our legislature, they are also legislating law of this type, that they, instead of simplifying the system, they are making the law more and more complicated. It is very difficult for a common man to understand what a law is. Otherwise, always say that nobody can plead innocence of law. Nobody can plead ignorance of law, because law is so common. But still, a lawyer leave practice for 1 month, he will be out of this picture. He will forget everything. Continue practicing, continue reading books, then you can keep your knowledge keep your knowledge up to date, and then you can acquire confidence and address the court properly. Otherwise, you will lose everything day by day.
So they said that if you want justice, first you should respect the law.
Exactly. I remember, though it is not relevant in this case, but still, because that was a matter of experience for me. When I started my practice, I used to travel by buses, and I had to go from Rohtak to Bhadargarh, from Rohtak to Delhi. These are the two popular destinations for me, and sometimes to Chandigarh also. But I can say with pride that I never kept my black coat wearing when traveling in the buses. I had so much of regard for my profession that I thought that if I travel in the bus by wearing this apparel of advocate, people will laugh at me and they will laugh at the profession. They just see the lawyers.
They're traveling by bus.
They are traveling by bus. Otherwise, they think very high of the advocate. But just see the condition of the advocate. He is very common man, and he is simply traveling by bus. I kept my coat always in my bag. So we must have the respect for the profession or for any business, whatever work we do. We must have, first of all, we must have regard, respect for the same. Then and only then we can get respect in the society.
So you have been a member of International Council of Justice, London. So tell us something about your experience there.
That was a good experience. That is a very good platform for the intellectuals, for the senior lawyers, for the activists, for the civic societies, for other different organizations who want to work for the upliftment of the legal system, for the society, and who want to help the less privileged person of the society.
Sir, for you, what is a typical day at the office? What are the basic activities, day-to-day activities, what you do at the office, how your days go on?
It's you can say typical, but it becomes a routine for a person, professional who work like that. Typical, I can't say any day typical. They all are day of routine for us, because we are to read our files, we are to prepare the replies, we are to draft the matters, we are to prepare for the recording of the evidence, we are to seek the judgments from the different journals, and then for and against. The important thing is that while sitting as advocate one party, we should also study the books in favor of the other party. And how can I meet those books? How can I meet those judgments? For that a successful lawyer should plead. A successful lawyer, he should be prepared to that. Okay, but how shall I meet the plea of the other party?
So profession of advocacy is not a science, it's an art. How far it's true in your opinion?
We can say you are right, because in science you can say 2 plus 2 is 4.
Yes, sir.
But in art, legal profession in itself is an art of jugglery, art of knowledge, art of drafting, art of leading evidence, art of arguing the case, art of convincing the other person sitting in front of you, because you are to take relief from the person sitting in front of you, and you are to convince him that you are right and the other party is wrong. So if you can talk more favorably in your client, more expressly in your client, you can plead the case in better way, you can give more judgments in your favor, then certainly you will get the relief. So it all depends upon the art of presentation. You are to present your case, and this profession is art of jugglery, art of presentation of the case. So instead of calling it a science, it is an art. And a art of a good lawyer can turn a bad case in a good case, and the weakness of a lawyer can turn a good case into a bad case.
So if you ever have a disagreement with a senior on a legal matter, then how do you handle it?
Yeah, so many times we have to face the situation like that. Even in the courts, we say the judge is putting the question, and that is not the correct, and I don't want to agree with the judge. But in that situation, I have to say, whatever, my lord, whatever you say is correct. But the position in my case is different. Due to the reason this, I am to not show my disagreement with that senior or with that judge.
Yes.
And I am to prepare my case. I am to drag him on the line of my action. I am to take him just like a child. All right, I agree. Whatever lordship says is correct. But the legal proposition is different in my case. And by convincing my logic, by my reasoning, by convincing legal pronouncement of the different courts, I and all other lawyers always should to try to draw the attention of the judge on the lines he is thinking. And this is the only way to success. But we should not try to fight, or we should not like that. We should convince, we should with logic, then we can succeed.
So once a law is formulated, how it's implemented in the society? Means once a new law has came, how
Yeah.
it's
Law is, as you know, law by legislative assemblies and parliament, law is legislated by these bodies, and executive is there to implement the law, and judiciary is there to see whether it has been properly implemented or not. Because in our Indian legal system, all the acts of the legislature and the executive are subject to judicial review. This is the basic feature of the Constitution of India, that all the acts of the legislature as well as of the executive are subject to judicial review, meaning thereby whatever law is made, whatever action is taken by the executive, those can be scrutinized by the judiciary by way of filing of cases before the court, whether the law has been formulated, law has been enacted in consonation with the soul of the Constitution, whether it has been implemented in consonation with the soul of the Constitution, whether any wrong thing has not been done by either of these two bodies, whether they have not exceeded in their jurisdiction in exercising their power, because the power, there are limits of every body. Legislature has its own limit, executive its own limits, judiciary has its own limits. And the moment any of the body exceeds its jurisdiction, that matters become illegal.
Yes, sir.
And when the matter is illegal, judiciary comes into play and they say, well, this is wrong. They will declare it illegal, and that will not be implemented in the society.
three of these checks each other.
Yeah.
So do you have any advice for the students contemplating for the legal profession, that is the students who are thinking to pursue this profession?
First of all, as already told, they should have intention to work very hard. Sincerity, work hard, and honesty. According to my experience, though people differ in my opinion that, but when I entered this profession, I told simply the people, my colleagues, okay, we are supposed to keep two things, two principles. Number one, be honest. Number two, be sincere to clients, and never be greedy.
Yes, sir.
And if you follow these things, everything will follow you. You will become a model for others. They will follow you. So in order to succeed in your life, first thing is you should think, okay, I am to put hard labor in my life, and prepare your case sincerely. And by working like as an advocate is a bit different from other lawyers. Other counsels, other lawyers draft the case as per the problem given by the client. But my working, I take notes given by the client, tell me the problem, I will note down, and after that I will come to these books. Then I will take these out and I will go through the relevant provisions of judgments which cover the problem of that client. So many judgments and the judgment which are against that client. Both are there. And due to which reason this client lost and on what ground this client succeeded. And after comparing both, I prepare my case. Before other lawyers come this at the stage of the do this job, at the stage of conclusion of the case, at the stage of arguments. But before starting drafting of the case, I prepare my arguments and then I draft it. Then I put the entire material on record in the forms of pleadings. Either it may be plaint or replication or statement, whatever it may be. And then I will come to at the time of the arguments, I have come to the books which I have read before starting the drafting of the case. So this is the best way to, first of all, to prepare your legal arguments and then prepare your file, because otherwise judge will say the law applied or submitted by the counsel is not applicable in the facts and circumstances of the case. But my first of all going through that judgment and after that drafting and leading evidence, then my case will be fully in consonance with the judgments noted, cited in the, reported in the legal journals.
Yeah.
So first of all, be very hard work, be sincere, be honest, then you can succeed in this process.
He should be prepared by himself first.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us some time from your
It's all
busy
right.
schedule
It's all right.
and sharing
God
your
bless
life
you.
experiences
God
with
bless
us.
you.
So now it's time to end today's conversation. We just want to say that
Being a lawyer is truly a tough profession.
Yeah.
fighting tough battles when the court is in the session.
Yeah.
Fighting for the rights of innocent and needy.
Justice against corporate giants who are greedy. So thank you so much once again, sir, for sharing your precious time with us.
Oh, it's all
Sir,
right.
it was
God
a
bless
great
you.
time
God.
with you. And sir, on the behalf of our Petine family, we wish you a very happy Diwali.
I'm also thankful to give me an opportunity to have an interview with you like that. So I'm
We
thankful.
really learned a lot of things, sir.
So anyway, learn and try to follow that. And
Yes, sir.
whenever my services are required in future, I will be certainly at your disposal at that time. You will always find me standing with you whenever my services are required. Any sort of guidance, whatever is required, I will certainly I will be with you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir,
you.
Welcome.
for that.
Thank
Welcome.
you.